Do you guys remember that one cool insane demon? Yes, I'm talking about Magma Bound, one of the, if not the coolest insane demon I've ever seen, especially since I like modern style level. So, recently my friend Mazrell is trying to grind Magma Bound. So I was thinking, hey, you know what? Why don't I just try to help Mazrell just by giving him tips and tricks? I know he's been struggling for some time. You guys should see Mazrell's channel as well though. He's a great guy. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so let's start with the first part. To be fair, the pre-rep is not that hard. What I did notice from you is like you kind of like ignore why you die there and there. Okay, let me show you real quick. I think it's important to like know where to click and when to click. I'm gonna give you an example. Take a look at this. Like the first orb is like early, and then like this like early. And then like this is like at the center here, you gotta hold center, and then like you can like at the like early as well here, early, and then like early, and then like okay, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, and then this one is like also early, but not too early. And hold, and then like here, I like to align myself with this thing. Let me show you. Here, do you see that? I kind of align myself with that. Let me show you again. Okay, stop. I'm aligning myself with this. Then click. And then you can buffer in here. Buffer, you can click it here. Full hold, don't release. Be careful. Okay. Click at the center, not too early. Buffer that, and then at the center. Buffer that, center. Buffer, center. That's it. Hold, buffer, no, it's like early, not too middle. And then wait. Okay, let me show you this. Oops. Okay, this is what I meant. You wanna buffer this, okay, and then you wait. You wait until you hear, like you're kinda aligning yourself with the orb, and then you click. Okay, click here, hold. Okay, now here, you wanna release earlier. Like you wanna like release early. Remember to release early, and then like you wanna like buffer, click, buffer, wait, click. Okay, there we go. Again, I like aligning myself with this. Here, I align myself with the square thing. Okay, it's not a bit aligned. It's not aligned right now, but like try to aligning yourself, your cube with this, and you click. That's not aligned, and then hold. I like aligning myself with this. Look at my cube, align. Click it here. Click. Hold. I think I can just hold this one. Okay, hold, middle, buffer. That's it. That's the whole cube, but it's not too hard. What I do want you to do though is like try to see if you die at certain spot, you wanna know why did you die, rather than gambling. Because like, hey, let's say you died at the pre-drop like 10 times. If you died at the pre-drop too much, you kinda like not going to have that much drop attempts. I think what a good rule of thumb is like maybe like try to pass this 1 in 3 attempt, because this one is not too hard. Like you just only need to remember which one to click early, which one to click like late. Once you do that, this part becomes free. It is one of those parts that like if you're good at this, like yeah, it gets consistent. So I'm gonna show you one more time. There, okay, that's the whole first cube part done. So now this part. So I'm gonna teach you another thing. I call this visual cue. So what I'm going to show you here. Okay, take a look at the visual indicator. So when you touch the visual indicator, immediately click. So like click, when you touch it again, click, when you touch it again, click, when you touch it again, click. There we go. And don't forget to buffer this. Okay, that is what visual indicator is. Let me show you in the full speed. Visual indicator, click, buffer. Okay, now for this one, you wanna buffer the first one. So if your eyes can keep up with the visual indicator, I want you to like try to align with your visual indicator. But if you cannot, like me, I'm kind of slow. Try to like understand the click pattern here. So like tat 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 tat. Or you can like do both at the same time. Your eyes try to see the visual indicator, and your hand like try to like tat 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 tat, like try to follow the click pattern here. like that. You wanna try to memorize the click pattern, and then that's the tip for that part. Okay, this one is buffer. Don't forget to buffer this, or like sometimes I also see like you just do this, like, and then you try to click, and then like, hey, why did I die? Anyway, let's continue. I think you can see with your eyes, right? This part is not too hard. Use visual indicator here. There's another part that it's free, that you don't even need a visual indicator. So like this part, you can just buffer here, click here, buffer here, buffer here, click here. Okay, visual indicator, click. Once you understand what to do, it's not too hard. Okay, this is just also a buffer. This one is buffer, click it here. One more time, let me show it again. Buffer, click again. Okay, that's it. Oh, you can buffer this as well, right? Click it here, buffer, click, and then like align with your visual indicator. Okay, click. Okay, now this one. I think you gotta click it later, right? Okay, try to aligning yourself with this block, like this block here. And then click. When you reach that block, click. Let me show you the full speed. If you still struggle, I want you to just keep practicing. Okay, next part. The 24 part. For me, at least, it's a bit too fast. What I want you to do is not by visual indicator this time, but use a click pattern, like pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Try to remember the pop, 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 and then you can do it. Also remember, start clicking by using this visual indicator. So like, try to aligning yourself with this thing. Tap, pop, 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 pop. Okay, and then do that. Align yourself with the, again, indicator. Click it here. You see my spider kind of like clip halfway? That's where you want to click and do the pop, 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 pop thing. Pop, 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 pop. Keep practicing and then you can do it. Okay, now the next part. When I see this part is like memory for me because it's too fast. So like, what I want to do is buffer, buffer, buffer. That's it. Let me show you again what buffer is if you don't know what buffer is. Click before you touch the orb. Click it here. Click. Click it here. Click. Click it here. Buffer. Click. That's it. Easy. Spider part done. Okay, don't forget to buffer this. You buffered it. Yeah, you buffer that. That's the whole spider part. Let me show you the full thing. Yeah, let's try to do the spider part one. That's it. I think it's not too hard. Okay, now the next part. I call this part the robot part because the robot, obviously.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, so the first thing, I see you struggling with this clicker. So what I want you to do, you see this lamp thing. So when your robot touch like this area, immediately click and full hold. Full hold, immediately hold, and then like click this. The next part, I call this part micro line because every click here is micro. This is kind of buffer micro, so like you wanna click it here, click micro here, and like full hold. You don't wanna die here, don't die here. Full hold, buffer early, full hold, buffer early. Now this one, wait, hold. I don't think full hold work, right? Full hold does work. Okay, you can do that. Full hold does work, but it's kind of scary. Buffer hold, micro, click. You can do that. That's one you can do. Or you can do this. Hold. Once you're at the like middle of the saw blade here, you're at the middle here. Release. It's not that difficult. You can do it. I believe in you. Micro. I wanna micro this earlier, so what I like to do is like at this halfway here, I wanna micro hit here. Don't micro at the edge, it makes things consistent. Okay, let me show you the fully. That's it. On to the next part. So you did mention that you're struggling with this part. You wanna wait until like top. You see this, there's like an invisible barrier here. If you see the hitbox here, there's like an invisible line here. When your ship touch the thing, immediately click. Touch, click. Okay. Touch, wait a bit, click. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, or like 1, 1, 2, 3. I like 1, 1, 1, 2, 3 though. Once you like touch the gravity portal, let me show you. Click, immediately click, touch it, immediately click, touch it, immediately click. Okay, this part, don't hold too much. Okay, let me show you. This one is a bit hard. It's a very choke point, but I think you'll be able to do it. Okay, now this part. Click buffer, and then like at the half here, let me show you again. Half here, like take a look at this, like the bone. If you like half it here, you click it there. Buffer, middle, and then click. Find your own timing. Can I even buffer? Can I just buffer everything? Buffer. buffer, 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 wait a bit, and then click. Try to not touch the wall. Try to align your wave with the arrow. Try to think your wave have to be at the middle of this arrow. Try to do that. It makes things also get consistent. And on the next part, click it there, hold, buffer that, and then buffer this. So you see what I make here? So I time my first cube, so like the next thing is become buffer. So it makes things consistent. It's always a good thing to make stuff consistent, buffer, buffer, and then don't forget to get at the center here. So it feels like at the center, yeah. Okay, now this part. So this part, for me, this feels like click pattern. Like I like to do this in click pattern way. So like tat 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 tat, buffer, pop pop pop. By the way, the black orb is also a buffer. So buffer, buffer, and then like pattern. Pop 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 pop. As soon as you hit the green orb, click center center. Early center center. That's it. I like to use indicator here. So when you touch the circle thing, you release and then try to like not die, and like the hitbox is here. Like so like ta ta. This is also a click pattern. Ta ta. Wait a bit. Click click. Let me show you the full speed. That's it. Okay, so on to the next part. This part, don't die here. All of the click here is all buffer, 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 hold, buffer, keep holding. So that hold, buffer this, buffer that, keep holding. I think you buffer this also. Yeah, it's also a buffer. I like to click this at the edge here. Take a look at this. I like to click it here. I love aligning myself with everything. Buffer, 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 yeah, buffer, buffer. Hold, buffer and keep holding. You don't have to buffer this one. Hold, buffer, 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 buffer. It's all a buffer. Don't die here. This part is free. Let me show you with the full speed. That's it. And now this part. Some people say this part is like the hardest part in Magma Bound. All of the click here is click pattern here. You wanna hear the pop 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 pop. Try to like understand the click pattern here. Pop 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 pop. Okay. Like another next thing I want you to see. The first click is not even a timing, but I want you to be careful at the second click. Try to align yourself again with the indicator again. You see the indicator here, click it here. The last one you gotta be careful. That, or you can just click pattern as well, that also works. Buffer, buffer. What I want you to do is all buffer this. Buffer, 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 buffer. Tat. Easy. Buffer again. This is also a click pattern. Pop. Try to remember that click pattern. Pop. And then you wanna buffer again. Buffer. Again, be careful with this. This click you wanna align again with the indicator. Try to see the indicator here. Buffer, look down, click. Now the next part, the robot part. Once you like touch the robot, click, hold, click. That makes this timing easier. Robot, hold a lot. Maybe even full hold. You don't even need to full hold. Just try to reach the blue orb here. Pop. Okay. And then after you do that, don't die here. I want you to be careful. Don't click it here. Wait a bit, click. As soon as your robot like here, you start to leave the thing, the square thing. Immediately hold and then buffer this. Don't worry, you'll made it. Okay, and then buffer this. That's it. What I like to do here, you wanna click it halfway this circle thing, and then you wanna hold. Try to like below the spike. So there, barely below the spike. Try to be like below the spike, and then middle, micro, buffer, click, tat, buffer. I'm gonna give you another tip on how you do this. Again, I like to align myself with this. Do you see this? I like to start clicking here, and then you do full hold. Full hold. That's easy. Good. Immediately click. That's it. Let me show you the full speed. That part is a bit tough, but like, I can understand if you die here a lot. Expect to die here a lot. Because that part is hard. That's it. On the last part, not too hard. Some timing, don't mess this up. Buffer, wait, buffer, hold, buffer, half, buffer. Immediately click, buffer. That's it. That's Magma Bound. I think that's all what I can give it to you. I think I already give you all the tips and tricks that I know for Magma Bound. If I'm gonna give you another tip here, maybe the way you practice. Good way to practice here, try to practice from the back part. Try to do at least 70 to 100. Try to do this to 100 here. Why? Because expect to die here a lot, because this part is very hard, and getting into here gonna took you 0 to 70%, which is bad. If you wanna practice even more, I would recommend you to do 44 to 100, especially since you like struggling in this part a lot. Anyway, that's the only whole tip I can give you. Try to get at least 70 to 100. Once you do that, you can play from 0. I think that's it. I don't think I have more tips. Maybe I'm gonna give a shout out to Aeon, for I get these tips and trick ideas from him, from the Aeon tips and trick for EVW. Well, good luck. If you're gonna stream this, I'm definitely gonna watch it. If you still have any more questions, my DMs are open. Well, good luck, Mazrell. I hope you can beat this as the new hardest. I will see you guys later. See you guys. Thanks for watching the video. Bye bye.